Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just starting off is our breathing. Okay? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want you to do is take a nice breath through the nose. Blow it out. Okay? One thing I want you to do while I'm giving you these instructions is pay attention to what your body's doing, okay? The difference in what the body is doing as I give you different things, okay? Alright, so let's do that again. Nice deep breath through the nose. Hold it. Relax. Blow it out. Okay. Let's do that one more time. Blow it out. Okay. Do you notice that when you just blow out, you don't really feel any, like you feel when you breathe in that there's air, but then when you blow out, everything is just gone really quick? Do you also notice with your diaphragm muscle that it presses really, really fast?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to feel the difference. Pay attention to the difference now, okay? So take a deep breath. Hold it. And I want you to blow out slowly like you're blowing a feather. Okay, let's do that one more time. Nice deep breath. Blow out slowly. Okay, what are some of the things that you notice that are different between blowing out quickly and blowing out slowly?
You just feel the expansion when you breathe in, and then the releasing of your lungs getting tighter and your diaphragm getting tighter. As you know what I mean?
It's more controlled, right? Okay, so while singing, that's the main thing. It's a few things that are very important when you're singing, but one of the main things is to have control over your airflow, control over your diaphragm, but control. You know that you're going to sing loud, so you know that when you're singing, or sing more powerfully, so you know that in projecting more, you need to use your diaphragm more. The same way as like when we're yelling for someone.
Right, you told me.
When we do the hello, hey, miss, you left your purse. You notice that the diaphragm muscle tightens, right? It's no problem. It's never about it pressing. You never press on the muscle. It's always about it tightening. And there's a big difference between pressing on the muscle and tightening that muscle. The difference is when you press on it, you just, right? When you're blowing out, when I tell you blow the air out, and you notice it's not necessarily flexing that muscle as much as it is like pushing on it.
Right.
Right? Now when you're singing, it's flexing that muscle, so you're holding it. As if you're showing off abs. And remember, you always have to open your mouth.
Oh. Yeah, I feel it.
You feel it tightens.
Yeah.
And a lot of it also goes back to when you're speaking. Take a nice deep breath, go to speak, and tell me, don't you do these 4 things. You're going to breathe, you're going to hold your breath, you're going to flex your diaphragm muscle. Before you even go to speak, your diaphragm muscle is going to flex. So just try it. Breathe. Okay, so now take a breath and get ready to speak to me, and just stop yourself.
Hey.
Do you notice that the diaphragm muscle flexed all by itself?
Yes.
Okay, do it again. Say something.
Hey.
Stop. Do you notice that before you even go to speak, it tightens?
Yeah.
So this is natural.
Yeah.
Okay? The one thing that we have to work on is the control of the breath.
Okay.
Okay? In singing, because you're holding the note, it's easier to press on that muscle as opposed to flex that muscle. It's easier. So I've been working with people, and what I tell them pretty much is hold your breath, because that's what we do when we talk. The air comes out naturally, and it comes out, it flows out of us. It doesn't, we're not forcing it out of us. It flows out. If we're going to speak loudly, we tighten our diaphragm muscle, but the air still flows out, right? Because what we're doing is we're taking air in, filling our lungs, the diaphragm muscle contracts, then we speak. So always think about contracting this muscle before singing. Not after, but right before, it's the same as if we speak. And it helps because it'll make sure that you're right on the key, right on note, but also don't forget to open your mouth. Don't forget to say ah, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's very important too. You don't want to be proper here, but then this isn't right. Your soft palate isn't lifted, so this is still going to give off a hissy, breathy type of sound,
mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some scales, we're going to do some humming, and then trills. Have you ever done trills before?
Yeah, I think we did that one time.
Okay. Now what trills kind of represent is how well you're using your diaphragm muscle. Because as you go up, you can't really go up doing a trill if you're not using your diaphragm muscle. There's just no way. You have to use the diaphragm muscle to make the I don't know what that is. The trill, I guess. I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange, but it serves
motorboating.
Right. It serves its whole purpose, you know. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do, and just so that you know, I'll have a keyboard back in here.
Okay.
Hold on. I got these earrings this morning. I don't like them. I'm such a plain person. It's like I didn't even get to look at myself with them on. But I'm not saying that so that you say, oh, they look nice. I don't like them. I don't like the way they feel. They're just hanging all over the place.
I don't like hanging earrings.
Yeah, that's really agitating me. I'm used to the studs.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried something different this morning. I don't like it. Okay, so take a nice breath. And the first thing I want you to give me is an A. But walk through this. Make sure you do each of these, okay?
Okay.
Breathe. Make sure you're holding your breath. Flex the diaphragm muscle and give me A. Breathe. Open up. Very good. Now give me a small A, okay? What do I mean small? Do you know? A
Softer. Yeah.
Softer, but with control.
Okay.
Okay, breathe. Let's hear. More A. Control the diaphragm a little more. Open up. Okay, let's do that one more time. And think more like you're underwater and you have to hold your breath. Think about holding your breath.
Okay.
Now, it's not that you're just holding your breath.
Yeah.
You're holding your breath and you're only allowing sound to come, air to come out to produce the sound for A. Okay, nothing more. Okay, breathe. Hold it. Give me a soft A. Left. Okay, blow it out. Okay, so now let's do the S, because the S always seems to help get things into perspective, okay? Alright, so take a breath and give me an S, teeth together. Okay, make it a smaller, softer S. Keep the S going, make it softer. Less air, less air, less air, less air, less air. Are you paying attention to what you're doing? And doesn't it almost feel like you're just holding your breath?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so now let's do it again. I want you to give me a soft S, and then I want you start regular, soft S, and then bring it up and give me...
So, a loud, no, or small?
Soft first. Okay, now build it up. Give me more of an S. I want to hear the S more. Right, more. More. Okay, blow it out. But do you feel the difference when you give the soft S as opposed to giving the large S? But when you're giving the soft S, do you recognize that you can feel a lot of air in your lungs? It is almost like you're holding your breath. So when you're saying a vowel or you're speaking a word, it's going to be very similar. You're holding your breath first. Okay? Diaphragm tightened. A, A, A. If you think about just saying A, as opposed to singing A, it comes out better. Loosen up. You got it. You see, you feel it? That's control. You're controlling your airflow.
Okay.
Now the thing about it is, it's not just to sing soft. It's what you're supposed to do whenever you're singing. You're always controlling your air.
Right.
You're not giving all your air out. You want to be the singer who has air to spare, right? As opposed to the singer that's just giving it all away. You want to use your diaphragm muscle as your focus for power, not your throat. Okay? A lot of singers do that, and a lot of the reason they do it is because they're not breathing right, they're not using the diaphragm muscle, they're not pressing from the diaphragm muscle, they're not tightening that muscle. They're just, singing and they're pressing from here. They're flexing this muscle.
That's what I do.
Which is not good. You don't want to sing from here, because what happens is this is not what the larynx and everything in your throat is not designed for that. It's designed to make, it's muscles in your throat, but it's not designed to push sound.
I don't get why this happens, like why people develop that bad habit.
Because people, you think that singing comes from here.
Right.
The magic comes from here, but the power and everything comes from here. And a lot of people don't know that that's what they're supposed to do. So just naturally, when you think you're singing, this is where singing happens. It's
right,
here.
Right.
So everyone thinks you sing from here.
Right.
And you don't sing from here.
Right.
This is where the magic happens. This is where you learn how to do runs and play with scales and things like that, or make your voice, bend and do different things with your sound. You do that here, but not the breath and all of the power comes from here.
Right.
So if you're gonna do, it has to push from here. Not that hurts. It hurts for me to even do it once.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally feel like, why did I just do that?
Yeah, I know.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you have to get comfortable with flexing this muscle. Flexing this muscle gives you control of your air. Okay? Right. Hold your breath just for a second. Take a breath and just hold it. Do you notice that diaphragm muscle isn't moving? Mm-hmm. Okay, start to breathe. Do you notice now the diaphragm muscle's moving? Do you know why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the movement of the lungs triggers
the diaphragm muscle triggers the movement of the lungs.
Right.
It's that muscle that actually does that. So it's also what gives you power as a singer. So if you want to, and control as a singer, there's certain things you can do with your voice once you have a good control over your diaphragm muscle that a person without it can't do. And they can't do it because you can't do it from here.
That's how I am. I'm actually not progressing as much as I would like to, because I could only do so much from here.
Right.
And that bad habit.
Yeah.
It's such a bad habit. It's been years of that habit.
Right. And so what you have to do is you have to be mindful
when I sing.
When you sing. You have to always think about being a balloon with a little hole in the balloon, because air's seeping out of that. If air is seeping out and because you're controlling that muscle, then you're using that muscle. If air's just coming out, and I'll show you the difference. That's just me controlling my diaphragm, airflow. This is me not controlling it. And then you start to push from here.
Yeah.
When you don't control your diaphragm muscle, you tend to want to sing from here.
Right.
But if you're always thinking of your air being a balloon, and you know that your diaphragm muscle is what controls how the air goes in and out of the body, you control that muscle. In controlling that muscle, you're using that muscle. And in using that muscle, you're singing properly, as opposed to singing from here.
Okay.
Okay? That's one of the reasons I always say, like when we first got together, to sing like you're speaking. Think more about you're talking than you're singing. Because if you relate it more to a sentence as opposed to a song, you will more than likely do a few things. You'll more than likely pronounce your words. You'll more than likely sing properly because you're speaking it. We don't speak improper. We don't. I don't even think a person can unless they're intentionally doing it.
Right.
So if you think about, okay, if I sound like this when I say A, I should sound like this when I sing A, 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 A. You hear? Is there any difference in where the sound is?
No.
No difference. So it should always be the equivalent of speaking. No different. No different.
Right.
Because what you have for your vocals, your voice is already there. You already have it.
I sing, oh, say, can you see? It comes from where it's supposed to. But as soon as I start singing, oh, say, can you see? I start to think it's already singing. Oh my God, it's different as I come from here.
And it's not. It's the same. And the thing is, if you would allow yourself to get comfortable with what you're doing when you sing, oh, say, can you see? Right. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed. See, I'm singing again. See? I hate myself. No, don't hate yourself.
It's just a bad habit. I can't.
Right, but
I feel like sometimes it's not possible.
Of course,
to overcome it.
Of course, it's possible. The first thing that you have to do is get over that way of thinking. You can't think that way. If you think that way, I promise you, you will never, and I do mean never, fix it. Because you already have yourself made up that you can't.
Right.
You understand? You got to just be willing to do what it requires, because there are steps to things that you can get used to doing.
Right.
But you have to do them.
I feel like I'm in an I'm alcoholic and what isn't that?
12 steps. Those are 4 of them. The AA meeting.
Yes, AA meeting.
Oh, that's too funny.
You know, like when you have a problem, whether it's a bad habit or something you always did and not do it, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And I mean, there are trainers that are very hard. Like, I've heard all kind of horror stories. They hit you in the stomach when you know, like all kind of. And I'm not there with it, because I know that all it takes is repetition. So I want you to be mindful of what you're doing. Like, be mindful of it. Don't just listen to it. Do it once or twice, but then not be mindful of what you're doing when it matters.
Right.
Because it matters when you have to sing. If you're not doing a song or you're not performing, it doesn't matter. But if you're looking at this as something you're going to do, which I know that you are, and you do have the voice for it, you want to be able to perform. And you want to be able to perform to a standard that everyone can't perform at. You understand? So, okay. So with that said, I'm going to give you this note, right? And I want you to give me a soft A. Think more like whisper, but hold your breath. You're holding your air. Always open up. Breathe. Do those steps exactly. Breathe. Hold your breath. Flex your diaphragm muscle. Say A. Now give me a louder E. Give me a louder I. Diaphragm press. Softer. Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's so much air.
It's okay.
Okay.
Breathe. Give me A. Open up. Give me E. A larger I. Okay. When you get to I, you start pressing on your muscle. How do I know? Because your chest starts to collapse. You're giving all your air. That's why you're not holding it out to O and U. Because when you get to I and you have to flex the muscle, instead of flexing it, you're pressing on it. Now, what do you think is the difference? Like, physically, what do you think you'd feel if you're pressing on it? Take a nice breath of air and blow all the air out. Do you feel it? That's pressing. Right? Even if it's slower, at a slower pace, if the air is coming out of the body too fast, it's still pressing. So now tighten your diaphragm muscle and be like a balloon with a small hole. Only a little bit of air. Think about being that. Right? Very little bit of air. Now add a sound to that. Give me ooh. That's the diaphragm that'll give you that. And did you hear how clear that was?
Mhm.
Okay, so let's do that again. Breathe. You're a balloon with a small pinch in it, and air's just coming out slowly. Now give me O again. Okay. Breathe. Give me O again. Okay. Give me O again. Breathe. Blow first. Softly. Now give me a O. Open up. Go on. Give me O again. Blow first. Give me O. Diaphragm. Okay. Breathe. Very good.
It's starting to mess with me. You hear that?
It's this.
Like,
I don't know why I don't know why it does that. Yeah. And this is what's starting to mess with me, this speaker here. Diaphragm. And keep it nice and firm. Okay, very good. Breathe. Open up. Blow it out. But this is control. You're controlling.
I don't know why the vowel oo I could do with no problem. Why?
It's very easy to do oo.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to change up on you, but I want you to go all the way up on oo, because I want you to be comfortable in what it is that you're doing before I switch it, because the hardest two are A and E.
Not sure why, and that's what most when you sing words, that's usually the mouth goes A O A I E. You know what I mean? It's not rarely ooh. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like when you speak, it's more like when you sing, it's more like the expression of the mouth
more.
changes. You're not just singing ooh, because it's hard to go. You can't really talk like this because the words don't. You know,
look right.
The words don't come out.
No, it doesn't look
You gotta open up to the mouth moves, right? Okay.
But I'm going to tell you something about that. Ooh. Now this is the thing that really gets me. Okay. Give me O again.
Sorry, what was it now?
You're doing very good control. Blow it out. Okay. Now the thing about it is, the mouth, right, has nothing to do with the diaphragm.
Mental.
Isn't that something?
Mental. Mental.
Isn't that something?
Because how the oohs, whenever I sing an ooh, I sing it in the keyboard, I use everything I'm supposed to use. As soon as you change that vowel, I start going back to my habits.
So then this is what we'll do from here. We'll start from here, and I want you to give me A, E, I, O, U. Okay? But still soft. So. Very good. Open up. That's air. Hold on. A little bit up. Hold your air. Hold your air. And what it means is press more, press less on the diaphragm muscle, and tighten it more. When I say tighten it, okay, you can do one of two things. Here's your diaphragm muscle, okay? I always draw these ugly diaphragm muscles, right? I don't care. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to the diaphragm. Okay, so here's your lungs, right? Okay, you got lungs. When you're pressing, right, putting pressure here, it's pushing the air out of the body. I mean, like quickly. It's just pushing it out. Now, when you're tightening that muscle, okay, similar muscles, similar thing with the lungs. Okay, this is not really how it looks. Okay, when you're tightening the muscle, this muscle is getting tighter, right? As opposed to it coming from the outside, the pressure coming from the outside, it's coming from the inside. It's coming from the muscle itself. You understand what I'm saying? You're tightening the muscle as opposed to pushing on the muscle.
Okay.
Okay? Now when you tighten this muscle, this is what holds your breath. That's what holds your air. When you tighten this muscle, as opposed to when you push, it pushes air out. When you tighten, it controls. So you just tighten it. You have to excuse me. I'm like, I can't. My throat is shot for crap. As opposed to what I sound like. I have so much phlegm in my throat. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like, it's funny because I woke up yesterday and I felt like it was a whole community in my throat,
so annoying. And
that was the worst. So I normally drink hot tea, but this morning I got up late because I woke up funny, so I didn't have time to drink tea.
Yeah, so now you're feeling.
So now it's just there, you know. So I have to get some hot tea at some point to help get all this stuff out of my throat. But it's something that's going around.
I know, because my brother got it, and it was like a day and a half ago, and it went away. And his girlfriend got it a day and a half, and it went away.
Yeah, it's something going around, and this has been since yesterday. That I've been like this with my
You'll be better by tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Rest.
Yeah, I need to rest.
Get some good tea and a Dayquil, NyQuil. Take up and go to sleep.
I'll do that when I get home today. I don't care. The whole world has to end.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sleep.
You have appointments for the rest of the day? At 2?
Until...
No, I'm saying, do you have a 2?
A 2 o'clock? No.
Then you should go get a tea.
When can I have tea?
Because then you can half your day and then you can continue for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. I should have did that earlier, but I'm trying to get myself... I always try to prepare for things ahead of time, so then when I have to do it, I don't have to get ready for it. It's already done.
Right. So at least get ready for the rest of the day, because you're just going to get worse.
Yeah. It feels terrible. I just... Oof. Okay. So, give me A first. Open up. Breathe. Very good. Perfect. So you're controlling your sound, right? You have to continue to do that. Always think about that, okay? Always think about these steps. I was thinking about being a balloon with a small hole. As opposed
he's like a crab.
What the heck is going on? I can't draw. That's why I'm actually doing this visit like right now. I'm gonna do the DVD. I mean the CD with the warm-ups and everything, and I'm actually making these into actual diagrams,
right.
as opposed to my scary drawings. The heck is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so now on the way back down, I want you to bring the sound straight to the front. Say for me, A-E-I-O-U.
A-E-I-O-U.
Use your diaphragm. Breathe.
A-E-I-O-U.
Breathe. Hold your breath. Flex your diaphragm.
A-E-I-O-U.
Good. Again.
A-E-I-O-U.
Okay, so now on the way back down, I want you to give me that, but in a note. Same exact thing. Open up. No, this one. Keep good control over the diaphragm. Open up. This one. Speak it out. Very good.
Sorry, when I stop it's because I'm thinking of the steps, so I'm like hold and then flex. So I'm sorry.
Gotcha. No. Gotcha. I have my eyes closed, so I can't really
No,
see.
I'm just going through the steps.
got you.
When I take a deep breath, I look and I'm like hold, flex, thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Got you. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna do some trills. The trills, you know, we've done them. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Try and do that without using your diaphragm muscle, just really quickly. Can you do it without? Is your diaphragm muscle tightened when you do it?
A little bit.
It is, right? Yeah, I don't think you can. I've been trying, like, it's like hard to do. Okay, so we're gonna go straight up the scale, okay?
You can't, because it's breathing. You can't do it like
Right, exactly. Gotta use the diaphragm.
It's air.
That's right. Got it. That's right. Perfect answer. All right, so we're gonna go straight up. So it's gonna be not that. No, we'll go straight up. Just whole notes. Okay. Ready? Ready? Breathe. Same steps. Instead of a word, you're gonna give me brrr. Ready? Give it to me. And let's go back down. Breathe. Very good. One more time.
Yeah. No, sorry, it just, ooh.
It makes you tickle, right? It's a terrible tickle, too. But it helps loosen up.
Yeah.
As well as it helps showcase that you're using your diaphragm muscle properly. Breathe. Back down. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with humming. Okay? So, same exact thing. Steps, but no opening of the mouth. So, right. Ready? You want that sound to ring in your head. Perfect. 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 So, ready? Breathe.
Sorry. What's my next note?
Oh, I hit it, but it gave me noise. Perfect. Did you hear it ringing in your head the whole time?
Yeah, it tickles, it rings, it does
funny. It's a funny feeling, right? Good. Good. All right. So now what I want to do is, because when I get the piano back, I want to start doing different types of scales.
Yeah.
And but I just have to set it up. It's actually both near me, but we'll just set it up. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna speak out. Okay. One of the things that in singing, you have to know how to sing, of course, but you have to know a big part of singing is elongating speech, right? So if you're saying A, A, right? Of course, when we're singing A, it's a little different, right? But we have to know how to carry that sound, okay? So this is what I want you to do. We're going to do A, E, I, O, ooh. But I want you to give me a bit of a crescendo in that you start softly and say A, E, right, I, again, O, right, and ooh, right, without the lifting of the head, okay?
I have it.
Yes.
When I sing, you see it.
Yes. Now, get comfortable with moving around, because the thing about it is, don't be stiff.
Yeah.
You know, being a performer is about, all this part of the body here should always be nice and loose.
Yeah, I know, that's another thing. I get very, stiff. I know.
It's okay. But all singers do, because it's almost like when we're in this type of setting, it almost gives the impression that you're being judged.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. And honestly, it's not. I'm not judging you in any kind of way.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is listening and giving you tips on how to
get better.
Right, fix the things that are going on.
Right.
So be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, kick your shoes off if you have to. Cross your legs over there, throw a leg up on the chair, whatever you need to do. But just be comfortable, because you have to allow yourself to evolve.
Okay.
Okay? We can always have the nervous part, the nerves for, you know, when you're performing and everything.
Right.
But here is where you work.
Right.
Okay, it's like being in the vocal incubator.
Right.
So, you know, it's all about whatever you need. Okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that said, give me the A, E, I, O, U. Don't be afraid to open up. When I say open up, make your voice loud. Don't be afraid to project your sound. Okay? Think about it as if you're speaking, someone's leaving, and you're trying to signal them, hey! Okay? Hey!
Ah!
Right. I'm closing my eyes.
Oh!
Right. You're bouncing your sound.
Ooh!
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Right.
Is it A?
E.
E!
Mm-hmm.
I!
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Ooh!
One more time.
A!
Very good.
I!
Give me an E.
E!
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Ooh!
Okay, I'm going to give you a note now. No, let's go higher. So it's A, E, I, O. sound more. Again. Very good. All right, let's give you another note. Oh, I hate it. Okay, again. Very good. Now, also think about, let's go into like the lyrics of Oh Say Can You See, the song that you're singing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's speak it out first, okay?
Okay.
So say, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Again. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Continue.
Whose bright stripes and bright stars, who brought
perilous. Start again. Start again.
Okay.
And we're going to go straight through.
Okay.
I want you to do the same thing that you did with the A. I want you to project. Okay? So make the sound real.
Okay.
You know, like you're really saying these words to a person, whatever you need for that.
Yeah.
But give me volume. Use your diaphragm.
Okay.
You know, all that good stuff. Okay? All right. Breathe.
Oh, say,
words.
Can you see by the dawn's early
One more diaphragm.
light?
There you go. Come on, more.
What so proudly we hailed
You can give me more. Give me more.
at the twilight's last gleaming.
Okay.
Whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
And the rocket.
And that's right. And the rockets. You want me to do red?
Rockets, red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
say the star-spangled
give me more.
banner yet wave for our
the
land and of the free. And when I'm not singing, I can't remember the words. And the home for the brave.
Okay, let's do that one more time. Give me personality. Up, up, up. Diaphragm. Everything that's on that paper, you have to do every single thing. We are speaking in this particular case, but we're going over the top. We're not just, oh, say, can you see?
Right.
Right? So you have to remember the diaphragm muscle is very important because you're sustaining your sound, so you're holding it out.
Right.
And you're also projecting, which both require the diaphragm muscle, okay? All right, so nice breath. I want energy, so give me energy, okay? Ready, set, go.
Oh, say,
Words.
can you see?
By the dawn.
By the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars
Very good.
through the perilous fight
Have control of the words.
for the ramparts we
Alright,
watched
keep control of the words.
were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for our land and of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, very good. So now breathe and give me just the first part. Holding out the parts that you need to hold out. Elongating your sound, projecting, and give me personality, okay? So I want some parts to be larger as far as the volume than others, okay? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're doing the normal?
Actual singing.
Okay.
Just the first part.
Oh, say, can you see?
Keep it the same way you said it when you spoke it.
By the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hailed.
Come on, keep it up. Up, 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 up.
At the twilight's last gleaming.
Very good.
Whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched
Words.
were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the most bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Diaphragm.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and the free and the home of the brave?
Very good. Very good.
I think that's by far the best I sang it.
Very good.
We know it is those exercises we were doing it before.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And it didn't even hurt.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I could do better, but it's a progress.
It's better.
Did you remember the first time I
Yeah,
sang this song?
Okay, I remember.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but
I was like,
you're applying more things that we're talking about.
Right.
You're getting it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the more you get it now with this, you can get it with anything.
Right,
Because
right.
it's the same things. It's the same techniques.
Right.
Every song.
Right.
Okay. Now, one thing that I would love to hear, because you did just have a major breakthrough, but one thing I would love to hear is for you to chop some parts. Now, what do I mean when I say chop?
Yeah, like you were like put like your own slang, like, oh, say, can you see?
Right.
By the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
All the steps, breathe, everything.
Whose bright stripes and bright stars
Loosen up.
through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Out. And.
I don't know, it might be too loud.
No, never. See, that's the thing. You gotta think about speaking. Speaking. Never think about singing, because when you start thinking about singing, you start getting nervous. Now, if you were gonna say, and what? That's and. Same thing. Say,
and the rocket's red glare. That's what I'm trying to scream at somebody.
No, but right.
You should
like
do that.
Scream at someone.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I get when that's what I'm trying to tell you guys when I say,
I can't.
you're missing. You're leaving your purse. Scream at someone. The same thing. It's exactly what you need to do to project.
I know. Now that you
volume.
said that, I almost said it. But do it with me. I know you can sing.
Okay.
You can sing it like right, but.
Okay. Ready?
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet waving.
Right. You got it.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Look
working
at
on it.
you.
I know.
Look at this.
Woo! We gotta keep doing it.
Yes. Start from the beginning again.
Okay.
So give me personality. You know what I mean when I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
you showed me, so I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Breathe. Do all those steps. Don't forget them. Open up. Relax.
Oh, say, can you see
Open up.
by the dawn's early light
Come out more.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Give me personality. Come on.
Whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Or the.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, the ramparts we won.
Speak it out.
Were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
Very good.
To get better.
You're getting comfortable with doing it. Just doing it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're getting more comfortable with just doing. You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Like no doubts. No.
Yeah, no.
None of that.
I get that.
None of that apprehension.
I don't want to
Just
crack.
right.
So I'm like,
But see the
and then I know it's coming, and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
it's all mental.
mental, because the thought process should always be when you're saying.
You know what helps? When I think about screaming
Right.
at somebody.
Think about screaming at someone. That's what I mean when I say.
That's why I didn't,
Yell
think,
for
I
someone.
didn't think I could sing that high.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I can't sing that high.
Of course.
And
you
then
can.
I'm like, but when I scream, I can scream that
That's
high.
right.
So I'm like, why couldn't I?
That's
and
right.
then when you're like, just scream at somebody, and I'm like, ah!
That's right.
I'm like, it happens.
And it's the diaphragm muscle. When you're pressing from that diaphragm muscle, you can get very loud. Think about when you're upset with someone and you're having an argument. How loud you can make your voice while you're upset. You could raise your volume. It's the diaphragm muscle. Once you get finished, and you're like, oops, did I do that? And you're back to normal. You don't feel anything here. You never felt anything here the whole time. It's because you're singing from your diaphragm.
Right.
Or you're screaming from your diaphragm. And it's all because of how we do our steps. When we're
I didn't think I could go that high.
And you did it, and you did it
and I
open.
feel great, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Because you're singing from your diaphragm.
Yeah.
You're being the balloon.
Right.
You're being the balloon. So you're controlling. When you control, then you have control.
Right.
Once you learn to control, you got it. You're controlling your sound. And so that's what you're doing right now. You're controlling your sound. And what's going to actually even get better is when you realize that volume, when you get to that part where you're like, when you get to that part and you're doing that part, once you realize that you could do that anytime, anywhere you want, really you can.
Yeah.
Just by the way that you use your diaphragm muscle.
Yeah.
You can do it all the time. One thing you want as a singer is to always keep your sound up. Now, what do I mean when I say up? You want people to feel like literally like this. It's a difference when a person's singing, oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see? You feel the difference?
Mm.
You feel the difference, right?
Yeah.
You always want up. That's also dealing with your diaphragm. Good control. Everything like a word. It is a word.
Right.
It's words first.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if you're saying the word and you're saying it with passion, and that's what you're saying. If you're saying, oh, say, can you see?
By the dawn's early light.
Right. That's the way. Oh, say, can you see?
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed
Give me more.
at the twilight's last gleaming.
Whose bright stripes?
Whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Or the ramparts.
For the ramparts we watched, words so gallantly streaming.
Scream!
And the rocket's red glare, the most bursting in air, gave proof through the night that her flag was still there.
Energy.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the for the land and the free and the home of the
Great.
brave.
Very good.
Something like that. Yay.
No, very good though. Very, very good.
Better. Yay! I'm so
Very
excited. Okay, so we started with again. Oh, say can we see, right? Okay. Oh, say can you see?
Let me ask you a question. When you sing this song, what's the style that you're going for? You're singing it, right? So what do you want? Do you want to be smooth? Do you want to be passionate? What are you going for? What is your how are you giving this message?
I want to be soulful.
Okay, so you got to dig. Okay, now what do I mean when I say dig? You got to use some staccato in there. What I was just telling you about, you have some very nice runs. Your runs are very pretty. But when you use your diaphragm muscle, like you're speaking, like you're saying, okay, say this with me. We're not going to think about screaming as much as speaking forcefully. Okay?
Okay.
So now think about this. Oh, say, can you see? By the dawn's early light. You feel that diaphragm muscle?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's do it again.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Right? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Chop, 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 chop. You gotta chop because it's words. What I'm doing, honestly, is not magic. What I'm doing is I'm just saying the words. Listen. Oh, say, can you see? You heard every word, right? Each word. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Right. See, so to be soulful, you gotta loosen up. You just gotta blah. Yeah. Your voice is very
the problem is you see how I can be very soulful if I wanted to. That I'm comfortable with that rate. What happens is that as I get higher, I get scared, so I like it almost sounds like you know what I mean?
Yes, but you gotta just let it out. You gotta get. See, that's something that is an internal block that you have to just.
Because if I thought about it, if I didn't think about it, I'd just be like, oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light? I could be like that,
so but why not?
Because I think about it too much.
Well, then don't think about it. Singing is a state of being. It's not a state of thinking.
I know, but that's I gotta break that. I have a bad habit.
It's a state of being. You have to get past thinking your way through. You gotta get into more feeling your way through.
Right, let it go.
You have to. Let me tell you what you have to do. I forgot which one it was. One of this population told me you shouldn't do that because it's conceited. No, you want to be in love, 100% in love with the sound of your own voice. So while the world is listening to you, you're listening to you, but changing what you feel like you need to change. If you feel like you need to be warmer, be warmer. If you feel like you need to be more firm, be firm. These are words before anything else. So the way that you pronounce that word is the way that that word comes across. So if you're singing a song and you're singing the words like, I don't want to go, right? If that's how I'm singing, I don't want to go, that's how it's going to come across.
Right.
Now if I'm singing, I don't want to go, same words, but I'm giving more emphasis to the words.
Right, right.
Words first. You understand?
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with all the things that you're doing, the notes, because we do, we could do that, anyone could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So you just have to get yourself used to, I hate this.
Yeah.
Emphasizing the words.
Right.
Hold on, let me grab. Sing it again. Let me grab some more.
Oh, sing, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and the free? No. For the land Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner hear its way for the land and earth.
I hear you.
I have a question. You know where I'm losing my swag?
Where?
Oh, say does star-spangled banner its way. How would you sing it?
Okay.
Because my voice is very pretty when I'm very, but I want it to be very, I don't know how you would
Right.
sing that part.
Okay, what you would
like this little half, I'm like losing it a little bit.
on that part there.
Say.
Okay, so what I would do is chop it. So it's more like, oh say does that star-spangled go. My throat is, it got me. It got me.
No. Oh say.
Say, chop it, say, oh say does that star-spangled.
You gotta work on the half, because we're always working on the beginning, but I want...
Right,
yeah.
you want to raise it move down.
Say, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, say... oh, say just that star-spangled...
On the part of star-spangled. That's the most important part.
Yeah. Oh, say just star-spangled...
Keep going.
But how do you...
Okay, so let's get to it. That part. I know we've gone over an hour, but I don't care.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay.
Because I have someone that was coming 2 and 3. They're coming together, like driving in one car. And at 2 o'clock, she can't do it. So she's already booked out. So the time is booked out. I could have done another booking today, but because she already kind of booked it,
yeah,
and I was booked since yesterday. When the young lady came last night, she wanted to book today at 2, and I couldn't do it because it was already booked. And then early this morning, she told me that she was like, "Fuck." It keeps happening to me. I don't know how I'm gonna get around it. I think I know. I'm gonna start counting. If a person calls, they booked my time, and I'm here because it's happened to me like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
One time I had 3 people want it one time, and I just had to cool off.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm okay now. My allergies are crazy. Like when I get hot, I go into cough fits or sneeze fits, and I've been doing it like it's like the air is not moving enough, and so I'm over it now. I got it all out. Yes, when I had to go and just do some things I wouldn't talk to anyone about. But anyway, last week it happened to me twice. One day, 3 people called for one time slot, and the first person who responded and said she was going to use that time,
right,
I booked her.
Yeah.
The day before, one of the people, her schedule changed at work. She wanted to know if she could come at that time, and I was like, no, someone's already scheduled to come, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't show. So I said, you know what? It's starting to irk me. Then it happened again on Thursday, where more than one person wanted the time, and I give it to the person who already booked the time first,
right,
and it gets canceled. So what I'm going to do now, I'm making it so that when you call and you book a time, if you don't show and you don't give me enough notice to give someone else that slot, it's going to be counted.
Right.
I'm not going to run around adjusting everyone's...
Right, yeah, because no, it's not fair.
No, and
you're losing money like
yeah,
that.
and it's starting to get on my nerves.
Right.
And it takes a lot to get on my nerves. You can't just get on my nerves. It takes a lot. So this is again the third time. Someone called yesterday. Yeah, no, she was here yesterday and she wanted to come back because she's leaving out of town. She's going to New York. So before she left, she wanted to come in again, and she wanted to come in around this time at 2 exactly. And I'm like, oh, I can't book you because someone else is coming, someone else got the time. And early this morning, like 7:50.
You can't do it the same. They can't cancel on the same day. That's fucked up.
No. So I'm not. I have 2 ways I'm gonna get around that, but
no, you gotta give you should say they have to give you a 24 hours prior notice if they're not coming.
Or else it's gonna count.
So that you have a time a day before to call other people that wanted it.
Mhm.
All right. Because shit does happen, you know. Shit does happen.
And
but they need 24 hours before.
Yeah. I mean, 24 hours. If it's an emergency, then it's an emergency because things happen that are an emergency.
Yeah. But 24 hours prior, always. All right. So.
Okay. So now you have to build yourself. Okay.
Yeah, that also.
Okay. So give. Okay. So go straight into it because. Yeah. Go straight into it. We're gonna start off going straight into it. And then I want you to back up because I don't want you to lose. This is the climax. So in the climax of a song,
the climax is, and the rockets right there, the birds beating air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Right.
And then this is,
okay.
Let
me show you. There's so many different ways that you can go about with a song. Okay, with a song, you can do this, right? It starts low, then it climaxes, and then it goes back down, right? So the middle part of the song is the most important part of the song, right? Or you can build. Where normally it's not building, that's steep, but the end of the song.
Yeah.
But this part is also this part is also important. Because it's building, and then on the end of the song is where it's like.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for the free part. That's the part I do in my head.
So let's do that. Oh, you have something you want to show me?
I want to show you. Okay. I did a photo shoot yesterday, really quick. I wanted to show you the picture.
Oh, that is beautiful.
You like it?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Like the
what are you doing it for?
Well, I'm trying to build my portfolio. Now I'm with a booking agent, so you know we're gonna start, doing my look, the girl next door, very innocent looking but sexy at the same time.
Right. And so this is for singing?
Yeah. Well, it's creating an image.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
For your singing image.
Yeah, like
professional. I like it. It's very pretty.
Here, let me show you another one.
It's seductive, but in a very innocent kind of way.
Right. That's why, because at the end of the day, we want to have that sex appeal.
Right.
We're not trying. I'm not a little girl. I'm 25, but we're trying to do it where it's almost like you're curious for more.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Nice. And that fits you.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful pictures. So are they going to be used to market you for your website?
Well, it's gonna be part of the. It's part of my finding myself process.
Got you.
As an artist, I'm finding my looks. I have another shoot in 2 weeks with the same guy, and we're gonna do something completely different. Dresses with rhinestones on it, very like glamour, you know. Yeah, like
very sophisticated.
Right, sophisticated in a building, like with a bunch of like chandeliers. You know,
I can see you doing sophisticated too.
Yeah.
Both of them are you.
Right. So this one was more very earthy, and then now we're gonna go for like nice dresses with the sequins.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
You're doing it.
Yeah, I know.
And then you're working on your vocals.
Yes, exactly. This is part of me.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
This is because you have a beautiful voice. You have, of course, the look for the business.
Right.
And now you're just going to be a monster.
Yeah. You said we have a monster.
Yes, got to make a monster out. I'm here, but
I'm here.
Don't do that. Such a lady. Okay, so let's do that. The part.
Which part? Did you want to do the Ose or?
Let's go for Ose. Hold on. I just remembered this thing. I don't know how long this thing can go.